Hey, keep running your mouth. Jermell Charlo says that he may not actually go back to 154 after the Canelo Alvarez fight. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. In an interview with Brian Custer, Jermell Charlo of Lions Only, Undisputed, says, quote, I might not necessarily go back down to 154. I might meet him at 160, end quote. Now, I've already talked about this. For me, I like this because, first of all, what's the point of seeing a fight if somebody puts themselves at a huge disadvantage? You know what I mean? And I already feel like Jermell's already doing that by giving up a lot of ground and giving up the weight advantage to Canelo Alvarez. So he's doing that by moving up 14 pounds. So if you're doing that, if you win, which would really be the only reason that we need to see a Crawford and Charlo fight. I mean, if he comes off a loss, especially a bad loss, do we really honestly need to see a fight between Terrence Crawford and Jermell Charlo? You know, I don't think so. So at the end of the day, I feel like the only outcome that would warrant a fight with Crawford and Charlo is if Charlo wins. So that being said, if you're moving up 14 pounds, why do I want to see you move up 14 pounds just to drop all the weight you just gained? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And for me, if I'm going to watch a fight, I want it to be a fight with the best possible scenario. So it's really having each fighter at their best, not one fighter is, because to be honest, it looks like Terrence Crawford could use the weight cut break as well, because he's really filled out at 147. And to me, it looked like he had issue making 147 comfortably. So his body probably is at a point in his career at age 36 or whatnot, where he could use the break by going to 154. So it doesn't make sense for Jermell Charlo, if he beats Canelo, to drop down 2 weight classes. And it's surprising where boxing is right now in terms of people just want these fantasy freak show fights. And it's weird to me, like for me, call me old fashioned, call me old school, but I feel like a fight with Jerron Boots Ennis and Crawford makes a lot of sense. Or if he absolutely can't make 147, because this is my opinion, saying that it looked like it was tough for him to make 147. He hasn't all the way came out and says he can't make 147. So I think the Boots Ennis fight is there. But if he wants to move up to 54, a guy like Tim Tszyu would be a great fight, So there's other options outside of just Charlo, but people like the beef. They like the backstory. Crawford has been, on Charlo's helmet, fighting arrow spins, dropping him, calling out Charlo mid-fight. And I think people are getting sold on that. So out goes all the rules, out goes all logic. They don't care at that point. They just want to see what they want to see. But me, not so much. I still look at boxing as a sport. I might be the last of a dying breed that actually looks at it as actual competition. So that being said, if it is competition, I want to see the competition where both parties are in it to win. Both parties are at a point where their bodies can make the weight and stuff like that. And what I've learned from guys like Roy Jones Jr. is you don't want to tamper with your weight too much. You don't want to fluctuate with your weight, keep going up and then going down and stuff like that, especially as you get older in your career. I haven't really seen a fighter who is fluctuating their weight in such a way and it's worked out and been of benefit to them to do that. Usually when I've seen guys move up in weight and then move back down in weight, they're usually at the back half of their career where they're losing fights, like Austin Trout, like Curtis Stevens. After some knockouts, like a bad knockout to David Lemieux, Curtis Stevens later on dropped down from middleweight 160, which he had been fighting at and had power at, to fight at 154. Same thing, Austin Trout was fighting at 54 most of his career, and then he tried to give it a run at 147, and now he's doing like bare knuckle and different stuff like that. So usually that's how it works. But for a prime fighter, because if Jermell Charlo is able to beat Canelo, then you have to give him his props and say he's an elite prime fighter. Then it doesn't make sense for him to drop back down to face Crawford, in my honest opinion. So I like that he's saying this, like, yeah, we can rumble, but it might be at 60 or it might be elsewhere. Because again, if you beat a guy like Canelo, a noted name in the sport of boxing, I feel like you are the man. And, you know, definitely one of the, it's going to be a big look. So why should you have to make concessions for Crawford? This is kind of similar to Errol Spence. Errol Spence had done, to the point of the fight, had done the better work in the welterweight division, had 3 belts, and he gave up all of his leverage. You know, I'm not going to say being desperate, but kind of being desperate to make the fight and appease the fans. He gave up all of his leverage. And to me, I just don't see the need for that. So that's my opinion on it. We'll see what happens. The other reason that I don't understand why people are getting so involved with the Crawford and Canelo saga is because Errol triggered the rematch clause and Jermell was fighting at the end of the month against Canelo. And there's likely, even if he does beat him, there's likely a rematch clause. So a lot of other things have to transpire and play out, and a lot of moving parts before we even get to the point where we are looking at a Crawford versus Charlo potentially at any weight class. Listen, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep dropping all the boxing heat, all the boxing news y'all want. I am the best in the business, and it's not even close. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. So subscribe if you love boxing, and YouTube will now show you some videos that I've done. Check those out so you're caught up on the sport of boxing, and I'm out.
Introducing Super Thanks, right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready, with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.